Hi everyone, we're back and today we're going to be working on starting the sides of the basket. We've been working on this base, and give yourselves a pat on the back because in the last video we finished the base. This is the actual full base of the basket, and if I turn this over, the sample basket over, you'll see that we have created this part of the basket. We're looking at the inside where the hump is. And if you recall, this is the wrong side of the reed, and we have the wrong side of the reed here, face up. And what we're going to be doing now is a process called upsetting the spokes. We've been happy to have these spokes laying out flat so that we can create a nice flat base, but now we're actually going to bend them up so that we create a little bit of memory to give the sides of the basket an upset. It's actually with two T's, U-P-S-E-T-T. And in order to do that, we'll need to re-wet the spokes all the way around. And I'm going to pause in just a minute and go do that myself. I actually let this dry out in between. When I finished the base, I stopped weaving for a bit and it dried out, and that's fine. As your instructions say, you don't have to keep going and complete the whole thing in one setting. But in order to upset these stakes, we have to re-wet them so they're soft and pliable again and won't break when we upset them. So I'm going to pause the video right now and go to the faucet. I'm going to just go ahead and put these directly under the faucet. I'm going to turn the water on, let it get warm, and then I'm going to focus the stream from the faucet on where the twining that we did meets the spokes. Now don't worry if you get water further on it, because that won't be a problem. We just really need to focus mainly on where we're going to bend the spoke right here. So try to keep it, try to keep it as much as you can confined to just maybe about an inch above and below. And you do want to do both sides. So do the back side, which is the bottom of the basket, and the top side, which is going to be inside of the basket. So, okay, I'm going to pause the video now and go wet my basket, and then I'll show you how to upset the stakes. Okay, I'm back and I have wet the basket all the way around. Actually got a lot of water on it, so it's wet all over again, but that's okay. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to bend each of these spokes directly up over itself. And sometimes what I see basketry students do is they try to mush these spokes with one hand, just kind of, let's see if I can get this back a little bit so I can show you what I'm talking about. Don't try to just fold these all in one big fell swoop, like taking several and try to bend them. It has to be a very deliberate bending that follows the spoke exactly. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to fold it up, and I do press down on it. You may hear some cracking. Don't worry about that. That's normal. But you do want to bend it right where it joins the twining. You can see that as I go around here, my spokes are going to start to stand up a little bit. They don't lay flat again. That's okay. That's normal. We don't expect them to lie back down again flat or stand straight up. We're just doing what's called upsetting. See, each one of these, I intentionally fold it right at the end of the twining and press down. And I'm pressing pretty hard to make sure that I'm upsetting it completely. But the main thing I'm being careful about is I'm following the path that the spoke took. So I'm not going sideways, I'm going straight back over itself. All right, almost all the way around. I have these 24 spokes now, so it takes a little longer to get all the way around. I hope you're seeing this okay. And these are flexible now. I haven't heard too much cracking on mine so far. But like I said, if you have a little bit, that's normal. It's not a problem. All right, and just about all the way around. Pressing each one of these in. Okay, now back to the one I started with. So I have upset all of the spokes, and it will be easier now to bend them up as we start weaving. We're going to be weaving now on the outside of the basket, starting on the outside of these spokes rather than on the inside. And you're going to need a few extra things from your kits. What I want you to find is the 1/4 inch flat. I'm going to find a piece here. This is the 1/4 inch flat. Obviously it's narrower than the 1/2 inch. It also has a right and a wrong side. And we're going to be soaking this. You need 5 pieces of this. In your kit, you have 10 pieces. That's because, let me put this camera back up so you can see the sample basket. We actually do 5 rows of the natural reed, 1/4 inch flat. And then we get to start our color, yay, and we work on color for a while. And then we do another 5 rows of flat reed at the top. So first thing to do is to take 5 of your 1/4 inch flat and soak them in the warm water. Get your 5 clothespins out and we will start weaving the sides.